But the storm is still already oil headed to the disaster area. Naples is underwater right now. Looking at some. That's the track of the storm. You can see the direction. A lot of people that are responding to staging, they're staging right now and waiting until the all clear. Sometimes I like to be in the disaster area before the storm hit down beforehand, but if the storm's real bad, that's too dangerous to be able to do, especially if you have RV. So I've got a 40-foot toy hauler right now, and we've got a Suburban and a Tahoe in our convoy. Down in Florida, I'm going to be working with a lot of different companies, doing a lot of different things. Obviously, we're going to be doing this media outlet. Social media has connected the world and transformed my life over the last 2 years and the life of my family. I've had businesses for many years, but a lot of the success that I have these days is because I was able to use social media to connect with a lot of people, a lot of people that had relevant information for the things that I was doing. Right now, in this hurricane, social media can be a way to connect a lot of different people, and it already is. There's a lot of live streams. But all of these live streams that you see right now before the storm, they're going to be gone after the hurricane. A lot of that's going to go away, and we're going to continue streaming all of the information about the recovery, the rebuild process, insurance claims, contractors, supply chain issues, making sure that the air quality in your home is good, and then, of course, even dealing with the trauma of the storm and the natural disaster.
Yes.
It wasn't like that.
It's a different.
It's been a challenge kind of throwing everything together so quickly. My RV in the window had not arrived yet, so I had to go make it for parents and guys. I had to pick it up. I got to go to Florida. I'm sorry.
Yeah, initially TJ and a couple of the big boys were gonna go and try to get in and ride out the storm or get as close as they could, and then me and the rest of the family were gonna meet them in a few days. But things change and pivot for us constantly, so we decided yesterday afternoon that it'd be better for everybody just to go ahead and go together. So,
Tell about her new Laura.
When
So in 2020, so a lot of you guys don't know, we have 10 kids. So we run a national public insurance adjusting firm, but we also have 10 children, and we homeschool our kids. Now, some of our kids are grown, and some of our kids work with us. Isaac back here is our producer for the show, and he's our second son. Our oldest son, Asher, works for Paradise Claims. So we travel around the country responding to natural disasters and hurricanes and things like that. And
we all stay in that area and work and things. So, my daughter Shiloh, she's 14. She was wanting to make sure that we were going to have an opportunity to help with USDR. She always likes doing that part of it.
So we started with them. It's United Survivors Disaster Relief, Nashville tornado. Camera's going all the way. There we go. That's okay. Yeah, that's cool. Perfect. United Survivors Disaster Relief, USDR. We worked with them in Nashville in 2020, March of 2020, right when COVID was kicking off. We worked with USDR and did disaster relief. Me and all of my kids, Jackie and all of the kids. And
I'm putting back on
USDR.
It's supposed to be going off. It's not on.
Recover after storm. Sorry, guys, have a little bit of technical difficulty there. So the USDR is an amazing organization. We're going to be working with them after the storm comes through. Right now, they're getting donations and supplies together. And you guys bear with us. We're streaming from a hotspot here, so there are a few technical difficulties and glitches.
There we go.
So Doug Quinn and Heather Shafter run the USDR, and their house was wiped out by Superstorm Sandy. Now, Doug and I work together at both the American Policyholder Association, where I'm a board advisor, and American Policyholders for Fair Insurance Claims. Now, that's a Washington, D.C. based political action committee advocating for better policies, regulations, and legislation to benefit consumers and policyholders, especially when it comes to natural disasters and insurance claims and things like that. So since we have a lot of insight, on behalf of the APA, I testified in front of Louisiana Congress in 2020 over insurance legislative affairs. And it's been a huge blessing for me to be politically active enough to help protect consumers after natural disasters. We see terrible, terrible things that happen. And there are all sorts of parties and bad actors out there. But the American Policyholder Association focuses specifically on insurance fraud perpetrated by insurance companies. And it happens all the time. They use engineers that write fraudulent reports. There are adjusters that don't do a proper job for the policyholder. And there are insurance companies that don't handle the claims in accordance with the regulations. And we want to make sure that consumers are protected. Hurricanes are very, very difficult. It's a challenging recovery. And we picked up a lot of resources and a lot of connections. And so we're going to provide a lot of those resources to you guys through the partnerships that we have. Premier Claims is another public adjusting firm that we work with sometimes. So Paradise Claims, Premier Claims, they work together. We've actually worked and helped out with a lot of different public adjusting firms over the years, and that's because, especially after a storm, call me on Facebook while I'm live on Facebook. After a storm,
You're not responding to their comment.
Listen, after a storm, man, there's just so much work that no one organization can handle it. All of the different people and organizations in the industry, we've got to work together. And I like to work with people that work well with others. So there's a lot of people that are out there doing everything they can to help the policyholder, to help the homeowners, to help the residents recover. And we want to be supportive. We want to be a part of that. It's great to live your life doing something that helps other people. You know, I guess it's kind of like a fireman, or I'm retired from the Marine Corps. Some people know that about me. I'm a Marine Corps combat veteran. And if you're in the service or if you're a fireman, you know, you're able to say, hey, I get paid to go help people. That's what I do professionally. So I can invest in the resources that it takes to help people. And that betters me personally. It betters the world, and it betters me professionally. It makes me more effective at what I do professionally. So Jackie and I are both licensed insurance adjusters. We owned a construction company before that. I'm an electrician. I was an electrical contractor. I've done a lot of different things. I'm also a pilot. And actually, I got my instrument ratings when I was attending Palm Beach State College in South Florida. So my oldest daughter was born in Pensacola, and then we lived in Point Beach, close to West Palm. We lived in Point Beach back in like 2011, and we're in Florida all the time. We just got back from Key West on Sunday, actually. And I saw some video of the southernmost point down there. Let me tell you, did you see that? Those waves are crashing. Have you
They
seen it?
were big. No, I saw the one funny video actually of the guy on his bike with his snorkel mask on, riding around by the buoy. But I did notice how big the waves were then, so
Oh, they were crashing real big. I took a screen recording of it last night from the Key West live cam,
wow.
and it was totally crashing. As a matter of fact, we'll turn this into a little reaction video. You get Mom's reaction to the waves crashing over the southernmost point buoy. Right, ready? Check this out. This is from.
I saw one of the videos from the webcam at Siesta Key on the beach, and they had a video from the pier, and the ocean had sucked out to where there was no water under the whole pier. They were showing on the live cam about how the water was
Check
sucked
that out. Watch this whole.
Wow.
Watch for a minute. That was last night when the winds were battering Key West, and I haven't even had a chance to check today and see how bad
Here it comes.
Yeah, watch the waves. They're just going to come up and flood the whole street.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
At least the Keys are built pretty sturdily. Matter of fact, Florida has some of the best building codes nationwide. So if you have a building that's older, okay, you have a building that's damaged, and listen, I'm going to give tons of insurance tidbits for you guys that are going to add value for you, because I know insurance claims very well. I work insurance claims all over the country. And if you're in Florida, you have a building and you have good insurance. If that building is older, you may have what's called ordinance and law coverage or code upgrade coverage. There could be millions of dollars in your policy that will pay for additional things that were not installed in your property previously in order to meet code. If you need better wiring now, better plumbing, or you need a few inches of insulation within your roofing system, your insurance policy and your insurance company may pay for that during the rebuild. So this is going to be a long process dealing with these insurance claims, finding contractors, and getting your property restored back to its pre-loss condition. But it's something that eventually, if you stick with it, you do the right things, eventually you will most likely, if you have good insurance coverage, you'll be able to get your property restored to its pre-loss condition. Now, everybody in the industry knows that Florida is known as a place where a lot of the insurance claims go to litigation. That means that a lot of policyholders end up having to sue their insurance company to get their home properly fixed. There's a lot of mudslinging that goes around on both sides, with each side pointing the finger at the other. And when I say each side, I mean the policyholder side, which is property owners, but especially contractors, public adjusters, and first-party attorneys. The insurance industry tries to act like those parties just come in and overinflate claims. The policyholder side of the industry says the insurance companies won't pay appropriate amounts for repair and rebuild, and that's why these things have to go to litigation. I think that there's some truth to both of those things, but it's no secret that insurance companies have tightened up significantly. For an insurance company, premiums are your receivables. So if you know business, you got receivables, you got payables, right? You got overhead, you got profit. Insurance companies, premium is their receivables. They collect everyone's premium. They spend their money on overhead, advertising. A lot of them advertise heavily. That's where your premium goes, back in their advertising. and paying claims. One of the quickest ways an insurance company saves money is by paying less on claims. It's natural, it happens, it's been documented, it's been written about in books and blogs and articles. Whistleblowers leak information all the time from the insurance companies, finding ways to not pay claims. So I've built a network of people that have learned how to get the claims paid. Some of my friends that operate in Florida, when it comes to first-party attorneys, Chip Merlin with Merlin Law Group, they're very well known. They've done amazing things to protect policyholders and consumers in the state of Florida. Now, you will see these first-party attorneys treated like they are doing things out there that hurts the consumer. That is a common perception I see in some of the stories that make their way onto the television and or online. But from my perspective, these guys are on the front lines fighting the battle on the behalf of the policyholder. Let me ask you this. First-party attorneys like Merlin Law Group, Stephen Bush, Candace Colucci, Harvey Cohen, Sean Hodge, these guys that sue insurance companies during insurance claims to help the property owner fix their property. Who's their client? The consumer. The consumer is their client. Now, the opposing counsel, their client is the insurance company. The insurance company. If you, I should be careful what I say. But I will tell you that insurance companies are very powerful. They have a lot of reach. They have a lot of resources. They have a lot of money. And they don't have a lot of money because they're stupid in the way they run their business. They're shrewd. They're shrewd as a lot of businesses are. So I'm going to help guide everybody through some of that rebuild process as things progress. Right now, we're still very much in the evacuation mode, even though we're headed toward this point. But we're going to stay back where it's safe enough. I am totally jealous. Yes, of course I'm jealous of Derek Klein driving a fucking Ford Raptor through the hurricane and shit. Of course that's where I want to be. But I just couldn't get out there quick enough. And my RV will blow over. If I'm too close, this shit will blow. Like Derek Klein's Ford Raptor that he's driving out there. It's Helltrace. If you guys know what I'm talking about, Helltrace. They're out there running around in an armored Ford Raptor chasing the storm. So, come on. Does life get any cooler than that?
Maybe if you were the hurricane hunter in the plane and you actually flew into the eye, like I've decided maybe when all the kids are around and life is done and I don't have to be in dangerous, that's probably what I will do for a job until I die.
I bet you could at least talk your way onto the hurricane hunter plane.
I'm going to try one of these
So,
days. I
hey,
don't have babies.
National Weather Service, NOAA, you guys out there, if you're looking to pick up independent journalists and take along into the storm,
Well, I can go into hurricane.
So, Derek Klein, your bald head would explode. Driving a Ford Raptor into a hurricane. That's freaking awesome. And then Matt Mulholland, good friend of mine. They're out there in the damn storm too. Man, well, listen to this bull vent. That's a big fucking square block. It's gonna blow over on its side.
You should have gotten a Raptor. You guys should find Derek and get
Oh,
the vaccine.
once van flips over, make sure everybody gets in the Raptor with Derek. I bet it's full of people in the back though. And supplies.
You guys will be in trouble.
Yeah. Mulholland, just send me a distress signal. I will come rescue you. I've got basically half of the Cajun Navy But plus, the effective regions from the storm, as well as attorneys, public adjusters, insurance adjusters, homeowners, everybody. We would like to be as for all of you guys to get good information and rebuilding. So look at the coverage, man. This thing got everybody thought it was going to get. Florida is going to be affected by storm. Even further north, when you're getting some of these winds and you have a handful of shingles blow off, I want to tell you guys a very, very informative and service. It's a company called In. Listen, I'll be transparent. I do own the company. I'm a partner there. Yes, ntsid.com. What NTS does, it's a laboratory that analyzes roofing products and it lets you know if that product's still available or if it's discontinued. And a lot of roofs, if you've got a roof over 5 years old in Florida and you get roof damage and the insurance company does not pay for the entire roof right off the bat, you need to get an NTS report. All right? An NTS report is the best way for you to find out the exact product that you have on your roof. And you keep that up there for a minute, Isaac. You need to know what products you have on your roof before you know if the insurance company has paid you properly for it, number one, and whether it's available on the market, number two. A lot of these products oftentimes are not available on the market anymore, and the insurance company or the insurance adjuster says you can just fix it with whatever product you can find. That is not good information. You can't just go fix any product you can find. You take a sample, you send it to NTS, okay? And you can go on ntsid.com. ntsid.com. You can order a report. The shipping is part of the checkout. You send the sample into our lab. We take a look at it. We identify it through our process. We catalog it. We document it. And then we send you a report on the availability of that shingle along with information from the shingles manufacturer so that you know if that product can be repaired at all. It may not be repairable. If the manufacturer says you can't fix this with products that are on the market anymore, that product's not repairable. And if you try to fix it in a way that's against the manufacturer's recommendations, that is a violation of building code. So you've got to be doing code compliant work out there, which means you need an NTS report. That's why NTS has become so popular. We have a Facebook group called Name That Roofing, Siding, and More. And the company's NTS, ntsid.com. You guys get on there, order a report, send in a sample. If you're a contractor, you should be sending all your roofing samples in NTS. We don't have every product line open yet, but we are adding more products every single day. So we're there to be a resource. If you're an insurance adjuster, NTS is a great resource. If you're a homeowner, we're a great resource. And if you're a roofer or a rebuild contractor, NTS is a great resource and a great partner. NTS is a member of the Catalyst Group. The Catalyst Group is a consortium of companies that support roofing and restoration contractors. So the roofers, they can be a member, but the Catalyst Group, the value is in all of the members that are vendors like Company Cam and Sales Rep and Job Nimbus and Paradise Claims and NTS and Balance Claims. Balance Claims is a supplementing company. So what happens after these storms is these contractors go and they sign up a bunch of work and they do temporary repairs and they get bogged down with dealing with all of these claims and estimates. So secondary vendors, they come in and they support all of the reconstruction contractors that are down there and they help them with their workflows. So you may have a company that comes in and it could be a subcontractor that does the temporary drying work. Right? And I know a lot of those subs. I do a lot of the connecting companies with subs and subs companies. Then you're going to have other companies that provide remote estimating services. There are going to be companies that host your data and your photos or provide you with software applications to organize those photos and be able to transmit them to the insurance companies. So a roof company essentially has a whole tech stack. And they've got all of these different products that they're using and different vendors and sub contractors, and it takes all of these things as good suppliers. You've got to have good suppliers. Oftentimes we have housing vendors. There's a million different moving parts when you're deploying to a hurricane or when your company is helping people rebuild for a storm. It's very important to understand all of these things and have the right connections in the industry so that you can make sure that the rebuilds are successful and the company is able to take care of its customers while maintaining, staying in the black, essentially. These companies have to be profitable. You're hiring a contractor to build your home after the storm, fix it, whatever, replace your roof. You want that company to be profitable. If that company's not going to get a good product, number one. Number two, they're not going to be there to serve the warranty. There's some big companies in Florida that are going to be there to stay. Apex, CMR, Rich Valley, a ton of other companies. They're going to be there to stay. You want to go with a company that's going to be there to stay. And Florida's pretty good about regulating the contractors because they have a strict licensing. But all of those contractors are going to have a lot of other contractors that come in and work for them because they're not licensed to say Florida, they're going to come in from other states. There's nothing wrong with this, okay? Now, you got to make sure it's a good company so that everything is ran properly, obviously, and the money is handled the way that it should be. But these Florida companies have to expand during the storm. They have to expand. They have to bring in additional resources and manpower. And I help run a big manpower vendor. So we help send employees to these Florida companies. So if you're looking for help and you're a Florida company, what's the email for Click? It's Jackie.
Yeah. Jackie. The email for Click is jackie@teamclick.co, not .com.co. Jackie@teamclick.co.
So if you're looking for some help, if you're looking for additional subs, employees, sales reps, if you're a company working in Florida, Click can help you out. Teamclick.co, and just send an email to Jackie@teamclick.co. You can message us through Facebook if you need any help. You can always reach us through Facebook. During the first 7 days of Hurricane Ida last year, this time last year, I sent and received 4,496 messages via Facebook Messenger and text. That's 4,500 messages in 7 days. So that's what I do all day, every day, all day, all night. I'm helping get everybody what they need, where they need. And in turn, that's built a network of people that want to help everyone succeed. That network, it is obviously a huge part of my life now and a huge part of my success. So I have to continue pouring into that network, providing resources, providing help, providing information, and connecting people so that those people will connect me with the things that I work insurance claims. I work commercial insurance claims. So if you need help with a commercial insurance claim, give us a call. I'm a public adjuster, Jack is a public adjuster, and we help commercial property owners make sure they have enough money to fully rebuild. And there's a lot that has to be done. Almost, I would say, every commercial property owner with significant damage in the state of Florida from this storm should hire their own representation. You wouldn't go into court without your own representation. That adjuster that works for the insurance company, that adjuster has a fiduciary duty to that insurance company. A public adjuster or an attorney, if you hire them to handle your claim, has a fiduciary duty to you as the policyholder, the property owner. They have to do what's in your financial best interest. So when I'm writing my estimate and I go, oh yeah, well this should be replaced, when this is replaced, that's how it's supposed to be done. The insurance adjuster for the insurance company says, I can do without it. Just reuse it. It's no problem. You can reuse it. I see it done all the time. I've been doing this 20 years. I see it done all the time. I can reuse that 5 times, and if it hurt out, then probably going to leave. I hear that crap all the time, right? But I work for the property owner. So I say, no, the proper way is to replace all of this along with all of the flashings and the fasteners. And then repaint all of this because it's going to get messed up. That's the way it has to be done. And that's what we build the insurance company for. Make sure your property is fully rebuilt and you are indemnified. My friend Cal Spoon will be out here feeding people real soon. Cal's a public adjuster. My friend Cal says, protect the insured. Hashtag protect the insured. Wouldn't it be great if all insurance adjusters tried to protect the insured instead of protecting the multi-billion-dollar company that's getting rich off of all the premiums? How about we care about the person who lives in that house?
It's their a lot of people's biggest asset. That's their home. That's their life. That's what they. A lot of people work for generations to become homeowners, and so you buy insurance. You want your insurance to take care of you when you need it, and you hope you never need it. And sometimes when you do, you want them to, you want them to treat you like you're in good hands and they're on your side, like they advertise to you until you do need them. So there's lots of different organizations that can help hold these people accountable, and the more we all work together and the more we all work as one unit within our industry, I think the better chances there are for all of us to take care of the insured better.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As you take a look at the road from that, we can check out some of those graphics. There's a lot of different live video feeds out of Florida right now, so tons of great information. Let me tell you what's amazing about technology today. It's that you guys have 100 different real-time channels right now that you can watch to see hurricane damage and live streaming right now. You can open multiple windows and see what's going on. It's incredible the resources that we have that technology has given us. So we're going to be continually broadcasting, not just during the storm, but especially after the storm to assist in the recovery. We want to help as many people as we can, and we want to forge good alliances of great companies and vendors to take care of the property owner and help these people rebuild. We're going to tune out for a little while, and we'll see you guys later. Y'all reach out to me on Facebook, TJ Ware.